Hello, student. Welcome to the class because yesterday's class we have missed it because of some technical glitches. So here I am with the English assignment 19 and the final assignment for you with 20 questions. So we have discussed the first three questions. Now coming to the part three. Before that, let me just give you an inclination towards the correct answer for question number 1 and 2. So the correct answer for question number 1 is number B. This is the correct answer. Okay, we have explained it. I'm not going into the detail. Number 2, for the number 2, you have answered it also correctly. And for this answer is number D, right? Coming to part 3, here we are. So this is the part 3. Let us start from the beginning. The most recent iteration of the immersive theater experience, Sleep No More, which premiered in the New York City in 2011, transformed its performance space, a five-story warehouse, into the 1930s era hotel. Audience members who wander through the labyrinth venue at their own pace and follow the actors as they play out simultaneously. Interweaving narrative loops confront the impossibility of experiencing the production in its entirety. The play's refusal of narrative coherence thus hinges on a sense of spatial fragmentation that the venue's immense and intricate layout generate. Now, before we go to find the choices, first, whenever you are getting the question, first read the question and understand what type of question is this. So the question is here, what does the text most strongly suggest about Sleep No More's use of his performance space? This is a central idea and detailed question. So first we have to divide it into different parts so it will be easier for us to understand. Let us see. The most recent iteration. What is the meaning of iteration? Means the process, repetition, a process of that is being repeated of the immersive theater experience. So it's a great theater. It's a very big, massive theater hall. Name of the theater was Sleep No More, and it was premiered in the New York City, and it transformed its performance space into five-story warehouse. That means, for example, let us see this one. See, this is a picture I have gathered from the Google to make you understand. So these are the rooms. Okay, now see, they have actually transformed the theater hall into a massive five-story warehouse. So there are different stories and there are different rooms. So suppose if this is so the audience would be standing here, and from here the audience can move to this part, they can move here, they can move here, they can move here, and they move here. So they are moving one after another and they are following a play. So that was the theory of the Sleep No More. Audience member who wander through the labyrinth. Now, labyrinth, what is the meaning of labyrinth? Labyrinth means complicated. Labyrinth, it is complicated because you are not sitting on a stage. You are not sitting in the auditorium and watching the actors playing it. You are moving from one space to another to find out what is happening. Labyrinth venue at their own pace and follow actors as they play out simultaneous. So audiences are moving from one space to another and actors are playing their part in different portions and they're following the actors. Interweaving narrative loops. So some of the narratives they are getting through, some of the narratives they are missing out. Confirm the impossibility of experiencing the production in its entirety. They are confronting the impossibility of experiencing the production in its entirety. Now, the play's refusal of narrative coherence thus hinges on the sense of spatial fragmentation. This is the last part. Okay, let's read it very carefully. The play's refusal of narrative coherence thus hinges on a sense of spatial fragmentation. So that means narratives are going on and audiences are moving from here and there. And what are they facing? They are facing spatial fragmentation in parts that the venue's immense and intricate layout generates. So whatever they are finding, they're finding it in parts. That was the question. Now, what is the question here? What does the text most strongly suggest about Sleep No More's use of his performance space? So use, how they are using it. That is our question. Remember, focus on the question, will get your answer. Number 8, the choice of New York City venue likely enabled the play's creators to experiment with the use of theatrical space in a way that venues from earlier production could not. So they are saying that now earlier production could not. This information was not provided about the earlier production. What have they done? So this cannot be the option. Let's say number 2. audience members likely find the experience of the play disappointing because they generally cannot make their way through the entire venue. Again, okay, just a minute. Okay, now, yeah, audience member likely find the experience of the play disappointing because they generally cannot make their way through the entire venue. Yes, it was disappointing, but again, this information was not given, and again, this is not the question. Now, so this is not the option. Let us go for, just a minute, yeah. Let us go for number C. The production house dependence on a particular performance environment would likely make it difficult to reproduce exactly in a different theoretical space. Now see, number C. So number A and number C, we are keeping this in hand. The production's dependence on a particular performance environment. So the production is depending on a particular performance environment because actors are playing in different parts, would likely make it difficult to reproduce. That means, suppose they have moved from this place to a normal theatre hall, then would it be difficult for them to reproduce the same act? Think about it. Would it be difficult? It would likely make it difficult to reproduce exactly in a different theatrical space. So, question is how they have used its performance space. This can be the answer. Let us see number D. Audience members who navigate the space according to a recommended itinerary. Itinerary means repetition of process, will likely have a better grasp of the play's narrative than audience member who depart from that itinerary. So this is again speaking of audience member. The question is not on audience members, but what is the use of space? So D is not the answer. Between A and C, we have to decide. The choice of New York City venue likely enables the play's creators to experiment with the use of theoretical space in a way that venues from earlier production could not. All information, this is partially correct, but from earlier production could not is not mentioned. Okay, so we cannot go with number A. Number C is the correct answer. The production dependence on a particular performance environment. So this was the environment that they created. Now, if they move to a completely different venue, it will be very difficult for them to mitigate the same type of activity that being created in this huge 5-story warehouse. So number C is the answer. Let's go to number 4. Okay. Utah is home to Pando, a colony about 47,000 quacking aspen trees that all share a single root system. Pando is one of the largest single organism by mass on Earth. So this is about a Pando, okay, a colony of about 700, and that is a type of a tree, and that share a single root system. This is an information. Pando is one of the largest single organism by mass on Earth. Okay, largest single organism by mass on Earth is very big, but ecologists are worried that its growth is declining in parts because of grazing by animals. So it is a huge tree, but its growth has been declining because animals. Okay, because of animals. The ecologists say that strong fences could prevent. So now they are giving a cause. They are suggesting a problem here, and they are providing a solution that fences could prevent deer from eating young trees and help Pando start thriving again. According to the test, why are ecologists worried about Pando? Okay, what is the reason they are worrying about Pando? Okay, now this is again a question on central idea and detail theory. So this is the question. Number A, it isn't growing at the same rate it used to. Could be a potential answer. It isn't producing young trees anymore. No information about it. It can't grow into new areas because it is blocked by fences. Totally wrong information. Its root system can't support many more new trees. No information. So see, one problem we got it. What is the problem? Why ecologists were worried? Because its growth is declining. It isn't growing in the same rate it used to be. Number A is the answer. Coming to number 5. Although many, now listen very carefully, this is a very difficult question, okay? Although many transposons, DNA sequence that move within an organism genome through shuffling or duplication have become corrupted and inactive over time. those from long interspread nuclear elements line family appear to remain active in the geome of some species. So there is a type of transposon. What a transposon? I think this is a scientific term. It means jumping genes. So we have inside us some type of genes that keeps on jumping. Now what happens with this jumping gene? They become inactive after some time. Now, but there is another type of gene, that is a line family genome, which remain active, okay, in some species. This is the first information. Now, in humans, they are functionally important within the hippocampus. In humans, they are functionally important within the hippocampus. So in humans, what is happening? Functionally important. So in humans, they are important. Why? Within the hippocampus. And what is hippocampus? That is a brain structure that supports complex cognitive process. That means memory and intelligence. So in human, we have this line family genes, and it supports our memory and other thinking process. With the result of molecular analysis of 2 species of octopus, now they are diagnosing which octopus based on 2 species. An animal known for its intelligence was announced in 2022. The confirmation of a line transposon in Octopus vulgaris and Octopus B genomes promoted researchers. So they conducted on 2 types of genes of the octopus, and they found out a theory, that is, prompted researchers to hypothesize that the transposon family is tied to a species' capacity for advanced cognition. So one part what we got, see, let us start from here. Let's see here. Okay, let's see here. Transposing are jumping genes, and they are mostly become inactive after a certain period of time, like a broken toy. So transposon is like a broken toy. We broke a toy and it becomes useless. Now, there is something called line transposon, and this is found in human brain. This line transposon is found in human brain and is also found in the octopus brain. And what is doing? They function equally, okay, equal function on cognitive development, because octopus are being taken as very intelligent creatures, right? Now, let us see which finding, if true, would most directly support the researcher's hypothesis. This is a question on command of evidence, okay? Command of evidence, qualitative. Researchers claim what? What is the researchers claim? That transposon family is tied to a species capacity for advanced cognition. That means transposon family, the line transposon is found in our brain and is also found in the octopus brain, and both are giving the same function. Let us see the options. The line transposon in O vulgaris and OB genomes is active in an octopus brain structure. Yes, it is active. We got from this information. Brain structure that functions similarly to human hippocampus. That is a brain structure. Correct or not? Yes, without a doubt, this is the correct answer, number D, number A. Okay. Let us move to the next part. Okay, here come, this is a part on, okay, so this is a part on command of evidence, quantitative. So before you study the diagram, we first must come and read this part. Okay, this is important. We'll give you some information. Let us see high levels of public uncertainty of which economy policies a country will adopt. Public uncertainty. Now, what is public uncertainty? This is a public uncertainty on economic policy. Okay, a country will adopt can make planning difficult for businesses, but measures of such uncertainty have not tended to be very detailed. That means uncertainty on any type of economic policy are not very much given in detail, and that may hamper business